Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. Noobs, thank you for giving me a shot. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. That's all I can ever ask for. That's all I ever want. If it's 1 second of your time, greatly appreciate it. If it's 2 seconds of your time, greatly appreciate it. If it's your full attention for the full episode or somewhere in between, seriously, greatly appreciate it. That's all I can ever ask for. It's an opportunity and a chance. That's it. Well, I am almost halfway through the season. We're almost halfway through the season. That means, no, we're not doing a review and we definitely not doing any flashbacks. But I was pondering. It was some things that was keeping me up at night amongst the many to choose from. It was this one thing in particular, though. It was this one thing in particular. And I started looking around and I started seeing a bunch of stuff that I have. And I was scratching my head. Yes, my bald head that I shave almost every day. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, it feels like every single day. Just like I shave my head. But it's not every single day. It just feels that way because we got this special, we got this unique bond that we share. Sharing is caring. We're going to come up with a unique word for it. Whether it's a day out, whether it's a week out, whether it's a year out, whether it's a century out, who knows? We don't know, but we're just going to keep rocking this thing until the wheels fall off, But we know how special it is. We know how unique it feels, but we just don't know what to call it. And it's okay because we can communicate nonverbal, like my nonverbal piece is another SO to you, so everybody else can understand. This is levels to this. It is levels to this. And noobs, that's the aiming point. Regs, get on that level. Get on that level. So I was thinking to myself, and I was looking around. I scratched my head and I was like, I'm not a hoarder because I like to get rid of stuff. I just don't like keeping things. But, and when I say but, it's just like I'm just erasing all of the stuff that I just said previous, all of the stuff that I said before that, and you just want to pay attention to the next statement. You just want to pay attention to the next part of the conjunction. No, the next part of the sentence structure. How about that one for the W? How about that one for flying the dub? How about that for flying the dub? And just go ahead and fly that dub because we's all winner here. No judge zone. No judge zone. I'm not a hoarder. I don't collect. I'm not a hoarder. I don't keep things. And when I don't need them and all of that other stuff, it's just that, how can I put this? I'm a collector. I am a collector and I collect things. And then there's this part of my brain, this part of my mind that I need this for this reason, but that reason never comes up. It's just that I imagine a reason. I think of a reason. I think of a situation. So all the situations are covered. So if something ever come up, I got all areas covered. And then if there's a hole in the area, or if there's a part where I don't have something covered, then that's when I go out and get an object that I probably really don't need. And that's just going to be like I'm hoarding, but I'm not. It's a strategic episode. It's a strategic situation. It's a strategic thing that I'm calculating up within my brain. When the light bulb comes on, it is strategic. When the hamster starts running, he thinking about why. He just ain't running to run. He ain't running to run. If that's the case, you can get a dog, Vince, and you just want to run to run. If you want some other animal to run, or if you want to run because you're getting chased or you about to get attacked and you just need to go somewhere really far and really, really fast, there's other things that'll do that for you. I ain't running to run. I'm a hamster on a wheel. I got expectations, and they very, very, very high. Those expectations are super, yes, duper high. Says the hamster on the wheel, running and not running just to run. So it's all strategic. It's all strategic. If I would ever to need something, I would have it readily and available. I'd have it right there at the drop of a hat. But preparing or over preparing for every single calculation, for every single detail, for not being or for not having a hole, or for not having a blind spot, or for not having an area that's not covered, it makes me look like a hoarder. It makes me look like a person who just buys stuff to buy stuff, or just buy stuff to just let it sit and never touch, even though if the shoe fit wet, but there's a reason behind it. There's a method to the madness. And this is another reason why, peeps, I don't judge. No judge zone. This is another reason why I don't judge. This is another reason why I'm just observate. Or I just use observation. And this is another reason I just look back and I just try to get all of the information that I can, try to get all of the data and the data points that I can, and just make an informed decision based off of that. And that's because, as I was saying, from the outside looking in, I look just like a hoarder too. I look just exactly like them from the outside looking in. But there's a method to the madness. It's to cover every angle. It's to be prepared for every situation when it goes down. And I was scratching my head, my bald head, up late at night, because this was one of the things that was definitely keeping me up, keeping me from getting the Betty Baba sleep. And I was, okay, I got a lot of stuff that I ain't going to use. And none of this really is retail therapy. This was more so of being prepared, or getting little doohickeys and gadgets and stuff, assuming that my situation is going to change, assuming that there's going to be this curveball thrown to me in life and say, this is what it's going to be this day. This is what's going to be another day. This is what it'll be for a week or a month. And I was prepared for all of that. And years go by and none of those situations ever come up. If those situations come up, I'm good. But those situations rarely come up. Those situations rarely ever come up. So I'm just with a lot of stuff, with a lot of things that I ain't got no use for, or I done prepared for, and that situation ain't came. And I'm not asking for the situation to happen just so I can use the toy or the gadget or the doohickey or whatever it is. I ain't asking for chaos. I ain't asking for an epic journey. I beg for them sometime, but I ain't begging for them just to use something. If I'm begging for it, I'm asking for it because I want the monotony to be broken up. I want to get out of the rabbit hole. I want to see something new. I want to experience something different. I want to see what the other side of the fence look like. They say the grass greener. I like watching grass grow. So let me see it. Let me see it. And I'm up on the fence, just looking, eyes bucking out of my head, trying to see what I need to see. And that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. And that's why I say I'm not a hoarder. I'm just a collector. I'm just a collector. I collect things and things collect me, even though I know that I have to get rid of it sometime, and that time does come. And this is the other caveat, or this is the other part of the tale. after so many years go by, after so much time go by, I do eventually come to the conclusion that, hey, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta leave. Or, you know what? I can attempt to give you away. I can attempt to make sure that you find a better place to go, and peeps and people there will appreciate you for what you are and for who you are, and can handle all of this. But it ain't me no more. It's not me anymore, because I need to replace you. I need you to go so I can bring something else in to cover another hole, to cover another blind spot that I am imagining that I would need to cover, that I am imagining that I need to cover. And see, I'm okay to admit that. I'm okay to admit that I'm not perfect. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I can fail. I can do things that will put me in a bad situation, but I can plan and I can plot to make sure that if that does happen or occur, I got them things with me. I got them objects with me. I got what I need with me. Unless it was past so many years and then it had to go. Unless it was past so many years and then I decided to myself that it must go, because I don't operate like that. I don't work like that. It's not who I am. I'm just a collector. I'm just one who's trying to cover all, if not most, blind spots that I have. And I definitely have some. And I can admit that I have blind spots. And that's why I have so much stuff. Because I got so many blind spots. I got so many places where I need to see. I got so many corners that I need to be able to cut around without getting hurt, without stumping my toe, without doing something nefarious. We don't do nefarious here. We don't do nefarious here. No, we do not. And about an hour or so passed by, and I still have these thoughts in my head. I done halfway convinced myself that I'm not a hoarder because it's true. Then the other part and half of me is like, yeah, but you collect a lot. And then that's when my intuition and gut feeling just decided to make itself known. My intuition and gut feeling it came in the picture, and they said, you know what, Vince? You are none of these. You just a person who need to cover his bases because you're just thinking about it too much. You're just overthinking, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to worry about that. If the situation comes afoot, if the situation comes about, you can get through it that moment. You can get through it that situation because we got you. We understand. And if it happens again, then you can be prepared. Then you can go out and get and have the things you need, unless it is something that's dire, unless it is something that's going to cause some kind of bodily harm or cause some harm that if it's one time is enough. And you learn that lesson. You learn that lesson. And if that's the case, you'll make the right decision. But you don't have to bomb first. You don't have to be a preemptive attack. You don't have to utilize all of these things in your mind, in your head, before you actually utilize these things in RIL. We got you, Vince. We got you. And then that's when I started doing my breathing. I started doing my breaths. Yeah, because I'm back on meditation. I'm back meditating again, even though I think I done picked the wrong program, and I think I'm in the wrong session. I think I'm with the wrong peeps. But hey, another month or so, I'm going to switch it up because I'm giving it a month. I'm giving it a fair month before I go back to the old stuff. I'm going to give it a month before I go back to the original OG that got me enjoying and got me seeing things differently to begin with. I wanted the new. I wanted something different. The grass wasn't green on that side of the fence. The grass was yellow and got crabs everywhere. And that's the grass, peeps. That's the grass. This is still a family program. This is still a family program and a family show. And I would have said earmuffs for anything else. I would have said earmuffs for anything else. And I was like, okay, intuition. Okay, gut feeling. You got me. You know, I'm at the point now where I listen to you 100% of the time. So if you telling me this, and if you saying that you got me, and I don't have to think, and I don't have to worry, I don't have to cover my bases or be prepared for every situation, because you are already prepared for every situation. All I need is the data. All I need is the input, and you will do the rest. Sign me up today, tomorrow, next year, the future, and the afterlife. You had me at don't worry. You had me at don't worry. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out the website, the new and improved website at xtra.vdgsports.com. That is extra.vdgsports.com. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, all things Vince. All things Vince. Go to YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, share, basically do whatever it is you do there. And that is VDG Sports. VDG Sports. YouTube, everything's there. Everything is there. Noobs, can't thank you enough. Can't thank you enough. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Regs, like we always do at this time. Peace. Out. Oh, nope. Out.